Hey guys, this is Odette Tutorials with another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make a necklace using stamps. The stamp that I'm using today is this butterfly one that I got, and it has to be the stamps that when you stamp it on the clay you will be able to paint in the inside, because there are different ones out there. Just have to show you. And I got this stamp from BOBONNY, and this is a different one. Show you this. So when you stamp it, like this one, well, this one's not good. Like this one, it has like little spaces inside. When you flip it around, there's a space in the middle, so when you stamp it, this is going to be clay. Versus this one, when you stamp it on the clay, and you're gonna have a hole in there, so you can paint stuff inside. But yeah, I got my stamp from BOBONNY Stamps, and I got it at a local store. You can use any type of stamp you want. So I'm using this stamp. I'm gonna use chalk pastels, and I'm using white Premo. So the first thing we're gonna do is, so I'm using this 20 artist pastels. Oh, and I'm using the stencils from Folk Art. I got this at Michael's. It's like I think it's like a branch effect. I'm gonna use it on this on the clay. So I'm gonna just place it on here. Make sure it's in there pretty good. Now I'm going to choose some colors in here. I'm using this one and this one. It's like earthy colors. I'm just gonna close this. Now with your blade, just gonna shave a little bit, and then I'm gonna combine the colors, and you're gonna need a brush. Any brush will work, but this one is a makeup brush, and it helps. I like it because it's really fluffy and it can get in there really good. So now you're just gonna mix these colors and then just paint it all over in the stencil. Make sure it's gets in there. And you're gonna need more. Okay. Just make sure. Okay, I think that's good, because I wanted it to be pretty dark. Now we're gonna lift this up gently. Okay. Shake off this excess. Now I'm gonna use a stamp. Now I'm gonna place a stamp And it doesn't matter because I'm going to fill this with some alcohol inks. So anyways, you're just going to place it like this. You can place it like this, but I just want to, and it doesn't matter because you won't be able to see that. So, and this step is really good. You don't, usually you will have to use this block, but I can use my fingers because for some reason it won't stick. So I use my fingers, and I'm just going to place this right here and then gently push. It's imprinted in the clay. And then lift it up. And that's it. Now for the next step, so we got this little, this is the part of the butterfly. Now I'm going to use liquid clay. This is Fimo. I like using this one because this is really translucent. So I'm going to be using Fimo, liquid clay, alcohol inks. This is Terra cotta, and I'm going to use butterscotch, and this is from Ranger. Also I'm going to be using teakwood, the same one from Ranger, and to place the colors I'm going to use this bowl tool, and then you have to use the one that's like the smallest. This is a set that I bought a long time ago, and this one is, you have to get one that's really small to be able to get in there. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to use some glitter. Any glitter will work. This is like a white glitter, and then we're just going to mix all the colors and with the liquid clay. Okay, so now we're going to mix the liquid clay with the alcohol inks. So I have this containers that I already mixed some of them, but I'm going to add more in here. Just going to add a little bit of liquid clay in here. You don't need much. Here. And I'm going to add this one, which is the butterscotch. And this is a terracotta. And then add a little bit of glitter in there. Oops, I think I got too much in there. And I'm going to use this bowl tool to mix it. I think I had too much of this glitter in here. That happens if it's too thick, just add more of the liquid clay, because I think I had too much of the glitter. But you wanted it to be thick. You don't want it to be too runny. Make sure you have a paper towel to clean your mold tool in between colors, because I'm gonna use 2 colors. Okay. So the first thing I'm gonna do. Okay, so now I'm gonna use this. Like I said, this is the small one, and I'm going to start with the butterscotch and just apply a little bit. And you're going to start. So this is the wing. You're gonna start right here, and then just start applying it. That's it. And you don't have to put too much, because I'm gonna just start little by little, and you can just apply it here and then go to the next, which is right here. Now you're gonna take the other one, which is the terracotta, and then paint the remaining space. Oops, take more. Just finish painting this part, and then go to the other one. And you want to start with a little bit at a time, because if you put too much, it'll overflow. So you want to put a little bit. If you need to add more, you can add more later. So that's what you're gonna do. Just fill in the spaces. You start with the butterscotch first, and then the terracotta. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fill all the spaces, because this is gonna take me a while. Then I don't want to just be here in silence. But I'm gonna fill in the spaces, and then I'll come back to show you how it is finished. Okay, so I'm done applying the liquid clay. If you can see it, like I said, I put 2 colors, and in the middle I used the teakwood to give the butterfly like the body in the middle, and then I painted the little circles in the outside on with the terracotta color. I don't know if you can see it. You can see the glitter and everything. Alright, so now I'm going to cut this, and I'm not going to use a cutter. I'm just going to freelance it and see. Alright, so I'm going to use my flexible blade. And so I'm gonna cut this, and you can use a cutter if you want. It's up to you. I just want it to be big enough so I can get this areas with the stencil. Let's cut a little bit more. All right, I think that's good enough. So I'm gonna bake this. So hold on 1 second. It's like a piece of hair. There's always something in here. I want this to ruin this. Okay, I'm gonna bake this for 30 minutes. And after the 30 minutes, I'll come back and I'll do the backing. Okay, I'll see you in 30 minutes. And I'm gonna bake this Premo recommended temperature, which is 275. I'm gonna leave it on this towel, and I'm gonna cover it with a bowl for 30 minutes, and I'll be back. All right, so this is already baked. Now we're gonna put the back, and I conditioned this on my second setting on my pastel machine, and I'm gonna use a stamp to give it texture. And this is one that I got from BOBONNY. It came with 3 stamps. This is the one that I'm using. It's like a crackle effect. So you just have to use your hands. It's really easy to apply. And then just go like this. All right, and I'm using this Kato liquid clay. I'm gonna put a little bit back. Then I'm gonna flip this around and then place this here. And then cut it. So now the way I do it is I bring the clay right here on the edges, like this. So you can cut a little bit. And then with this stamp, I'm going to give it some texture. And I just cut the excess. And like this. And then just go around it like that, and then grab your stamp again and then go around it and give it more texture. I mean, this process can take a lot of time, but it just takes practice. the back. If you need to give it more texture, you can do that too. Okay, so now this is done, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put liquid clay on top of this, and I'm gonna bake it. I'm using the Kato liquid clay, and then I have a brush, so I'm just gonna apply a little bit. And then with the brush, and you don't want to put too much, because if you do that and then it will spill, and that happened to me. It will just go on the edges and that will be a mess. So I use the brush, and then I'll just it will help me distribute this evenly. And then you can apply a little bit more. Like this. You make sure you don't go okay, you don't want to put too much. And just with the brush, it helps you, especially on this edge, on the edges. You want to make sure you cover all the areas. I'm going to put a little bit more. Alright, I think this is enough. So like I said, I'm going to bake this for about an hour, and once it's done, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to heat it with my heat gun, and then I'll come back to show you. Alright, I'll see you then. Hey guys, I'm back. So here's the piece. You can see it had the liquid clay. I baked it for an hour, and then I took it out and then heated it with the heat gun for a few minutes, moving it around to make sure I didn't burn the piece, and it came out really nice. I drilled the hole and I put the jump ring, and this is the core that I'm using. It's really nice. And there's another one that I made. This one I didn't use the stencil. It was just the stamp, the butterfly, and then the chalk pastels. So this is another option if you don't want to use the stencil. So this is the back, all texture, and on the sides, if you can see that. Hope you like this tutorial. If you have any questions, write it in the comment below. Please subscribe to my channel so I can make more tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.